Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you in another video. All right, so we talking about the Dallas Mavericks and the LA Lakers playing today at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 Eastern at the Crypto.com arena. And Kyrie Irving's been in his bag, y'all. That man hasn't scored less than 30 points in 5 games. He scored 40 points in 2 of the last 3 games. Tim Hardaway Jr. also scored 40 points or more in the last game as well. I think that's the first time in Mavs history two players have had 40 points in the same game. And, it's just one of those situations where you understand that he's in his bag, man. He's in his absolute bag. You're going to have to try to defend this man. Luckily enough for us, Dante Exum, who hit, 8 or 9 threes in the last time we saw him, will not be available tonight, so he won't be able to torch us again. But, Luka the Don is expected to be a game-time decision after missing several games with an ankle, I believe it is. So be ready for Luka the Don, man. Everybody wants to come back play against the Lakers, but Kyrie Irving's been the story. He's not letting up. He's attempting like 20, 25 shots a game. And if we don't have our proper defense lined up against him, or if you think you're going to leave him open from behind the arc or anything stupid, you're going to pay. And that should be common knowledge. But with the Lakers leaving the OKC Thunder open for like 35 of their 49 three-point shots in the last game, I thought it would be necessary to mention that, given the fact that the Dallas Mavericks shot us just as bad in the last one, as I've already mentioned with Exum. But Grant Williams also had like 5 threes, so did Tim Hardaway. So Tim's been shooting us down. And with him coming off a 40-plus point game, we need to be ready, man. I'm telling you, this is not OKC. OKC shot poorly, and that's why we beat them. That's pretty much what it came down to. They attempted too many threes and bricked too many of them. I do not think Dallas has that trouble tonight. So, it's one of those situations where I'm interested in seeing what the Lakers do with the starting lineup. I wasn't aware in the last game that they didn't go with the starting lineup that they were talking about going with. I guess I checked in the game a little late and assumed that they did what they said they were going to do, but instead they removed Vando from the starting lineup at the last minute and reinserted Taurean Prince, this is Darwinism. This is a Darwinism, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, we were able to get away with it, and it's not something I would suggest we do very often. If you're going to put the starting lineup of Austin and D'Lo together with Bron and AD, then you probably want a defender out there. It is nice to have a bunch of shooters, but if they can't guard nothing, then, probably going to just be trading buckets. And that's kind of what that starting lineup did to start the game last. So, I think Vando came off a really good game and probably should be given a starting nod if you want to continue to run D'Lo and Austin together, who looked pretty good offensively, but of course defensively they're not at all good. So we'll see what Coach wants to do tonight, man. Rui Hachimura is somebody we want to see more of. I don't know if he's still under minutes restriction or not, but he's been doing great things with the minutes given. It's looked like he's been ready to go and have the cuffs taken off of him for the last couple games. So hopefully that minutes restriction is lifted. Cam Reddish is still out. He's going to be out for a couple weeks with the knee, I'd imagine. They said a couple games, but I think they should wait until there's no more soreness there. And we'll see what they actually do, but he's not playing tonight. And, of course, Gabe Vincent is expected to be out as well. Other than that, both teams should be fairly healthy. I expect Bron to go, AD to go. We should have our full spectrum of players for the most part. So we'll see, man. Dallas is coming off of 2 games where they split with the New Orleans Pelicans at home. Like I said, Kyrie Irving went for 40-something in the last one, had 30-something in the one before that, and just about every game before that he's had 30-something as well. It's one of those situations where they came back and got their leg back against New Orleans, who had, in the first matchup, their rookie Hawkins go for like 35 points. So, they too give up a lot from behind the arc, and you could probably get your 3-point shot off against them. Derek Lively is going to be on the floor tonight, so we know D. Lively is a very serious rookie. You're going to have to deal with his shot blocking prowess, and he's going to have his hands full with Anthony Davis, who's coming off a fantastic game for us against OKC. after having a couple of games in a row where he wasn't scoring as much. So with Lively being on the other side of things, I think we're going to have a much more challenging situation there for AD, a good defender with a little more size coming at him than what he received in OKC against Chet Holmgren, of whom he dunked all over Chet Holmgren in the last game. So, I think D Lively is a different type of rookie with a little more size, and I think it's going to be, AD can cook him, but it's going to take a little more to do so. And yeah, man, when you're talking about the Dallas Mavericks, of course you got to mention Grant Williams, how he shot us down last time. So I'm sure his confidence is high going against us, ex-Celtics. He's got a especially interest in beating us. So we need to be ready for what he brings to the table. I'd imagine with Exum being out, guys like Josh Green should be getting more minutes. I don't know that they've removed Jaden Hardy. I think his name is Jaden Hardy. I'm not sure if I got his first name right, but I think they may have removed him from the lineup. But he's still a very dangerous player, of whom I've seen play well. So if he does get minutes, you got to deal with that. Of course, Dwight Powell is out there taking on minutes. You got to understand that Dwight Powell sets good screens, rebounds the ball, can block shots, and it's somebody that you'll likely see out there for the Dallas Mavericks. And honestly, this is a team that is just playing okay without Luka Doncic. But now that he's expected to be back, of course they can vault themselves above that level, especially with Kyrie Irving now being comfortable scoring so well. So this is a dangerous basketball team tonight. Obviously, when you're considering Luka Doncic averaging 33 points, his numbers are going to be sky high tonight. We don't even have to ask questions about that. He's going to score probably over 30 points, get over 10 boards, over 12 assists. It's coming. We know it's coming. And it doesn't matter if he's 100% or not. He's one of the greatest players in the game. And with Kyrie Irving taking so much pressure off of him right now, I'd expect for him to feel really good going into our building if he does indeed suit up, which I'm almost 100% sure he will, man. If he's a game-time decision, he's missed like 5 games with an ankle, he's ready. He's ready. He has his game circled. So that means Bron's going to have to be ready, man. Bron, I think, is kind of taking his foot off the gas a little bit. I think he's been frustrated with certain things that have been going on with how we've performed and how things are going. But, he did come back and score a lot in the last game after having a game off and then previously having some low-scoring numbers. But, Bron is going to bring it when Luka's on the floor as well. Kyrie's on the floor, so he's definitely going to be awake for this one. And given the fact that we lost the last Dallas game in a very embarrassing fashion, I'd imagine Bron and AD are both going to be wide awake for this one. D'Lo's been shooting very well lately. Definitely love what we've been seeing from him from the last 2 games. Hopefully he can carry that forward into this basketball game and give us more of what we would want from D'Lo, which is a whole lot of scoring, because obviously we're a little scoring deficient at times. And when he's upwards of 20 points, 25 points, we're really a difficult team to defeat. So that's what I want to see from D'Lo. Austin Reeves, of course, his defensive issues have been, widely talked about lately, but his offense is coming around. His shooting is getting a little better. He's getting his calls at the rims, getting his patented and ones and things like that. So we need him to just continue to fight through what is a really down season for him, if you ask me, and fight through the trade rumors and all of that and just continue to play his game, because when he's right, we're right. It's that simple. I've loved what we've seen from our forwards lately off of the bench. Christian Wood, Rui Hachimura, Vanderbilt are all clicking at the same time. So I think it would make all the sense in the world to increase their minutes and get them more time on the floor with Bron and AD, or with our guards, however that goes. We just need to continue to ride the hot hand with a guy like Christian Wood, whose 3-point shot has been falling pretty good for the last 5 to 10 games. Rebounds the ball very well for us. It's just getting in better and better shape, getting more used to these players that he plays with. So he's been a shining spot, bright light for our squad lately. And we need our coach to trust him, trust Rui, trust Vando, because they are better for us than some of the stuff that we had been trusting previously. Very excited about the new guy, Skylar Mays. I know he didn't get checked in the last game for many minutes, but I think we should give him more ball handling duties. We know he can go up. He makes sound decisions. I trust him with the ball in his hands a bit more than I do some of our other ball handlers, to be honest with you. He looks like he takes care of the ball, and he does get find the open man quite a bit. So I would love for us to kind of get Skylar Mays out there, see what he can do a little more tonight, if at all possible. Max Christie didn't play as well in the last game. I think he was locked up pretty good by OKC Thunder's wings, but getting him out there tonight is a good idea, especially since we got Kyrie on the floor. He's probably our best bet to guard Kyrie outside of Vando, so I would expect Coach to give him an opportunity, even though you never know with Darvin Ham. So, yeah, man, this is one of those games where the Los Angeles Lakers could either teeter in the right direction like they did with the OKC game, or continue their losing like they did against the Phoenix Suns. Because just like Phoenix, you'd expect 2 guys or 3 guys to be doing the main dirty work for this Dallas team. Given the fact that it was a 2-man game beating up on the New Orleans Pelicans in the last game, of course, you would expect that with Kyrie now having Luka back, it would be a 3-man game. So, take these players seriously. Tim Hardaway, Kyrie Irving, and of course, Luka, the great Don. So, yeah, man, I don't know. My Lakers kind of have me feeling like I shouldn't trust them at all at this point. I want to be excited about what I saw against OKC, but I also understood that OKC attempted 49 threes and hit like 15 of them. If every team shoots like that, we're going to win every night. But the problem we have right now is turning the ball over. We just turn the ball over entirely too much, man. For everything that we're trying to do, if we don't get better there, since we're not very good defensively, it's just going to be the other team scoring more shots than us, attempting more shots than us, etc. Doesn't work. And stop fouling as much. We've been allowing teams to get to the line a lot more over the last several games than we have any time in the last several years. So if we can just get back to our non-fouling ways and put more pressure on other teams to kind of make more of their possessions, I think we'll be a happier basketball fan base. Because at the end of the day, turnovers and fouls equals losses for our team. And we know it. We don't shoot the 3-ball well enough for all of that, and we just won't keep up with teams that score a lot if that's the case. So manage your possessions, please, LA. And yeah, man, that's what it is, man. We need a big game from Bron tonight. I think he can attack this team in ways that others can't. Usually I say it's a big AD night, and AD probably will have a big night against a guy like Derek Lively, but I think the matchups really favor Bron. He should be able to cook Grant Williams and Dwight Powell or whoever they put in front of him. In my humble opinion, it should not be anything less than 30 points for LeBron tonight. So that's really what it is, man. We need our team to show up. Your Los Angeles Lakers are going to be wearing their yellows tonight at home, which is something I always appreciate. And the Dallas Mavericks will be wearing their blues, their regular road blues. So, that's what you're going to be seeing at 5:30 tonight here in LA. And it's a rare 5:30 game for the Lakers at home. We usually have games around 6:30 or 7:30 on weekdays, but for whatever reason, they gave us an early one with this one, and we'll take it. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I got to say, man. I'm not overly excited about anything right now. My Lakers are just kind of in no man's land, hell, as I like to call it. We're not quite good enough to win the championship, but we're not bad enough or in a position to get that first overall pick. So we're kind of just hovering in a space, waiting for changes so we can put ourselves in contention if those changes can prop us up there. But until then, we're just hopeful the players we have can mesh together a bit better than they have over the last several weeks to get us back to where we were feeling good like we did against the Pacers in the in-season tournament championship game. So I haven't heard too much about trades over the last day or two. The rumors have kind of cooled off a little bit. I think there's probably a lot of talking going on behind the scenes, probably closer than ever. When it starts to cool down, you start realizing that either nothing's coming or something big is coming. So I'm willing to expect the latter, given the fact that the Lakers need to make a trade to get to where they want to go. And D'Lo is a piece where even though he's playing so much better, you're probably more likely to want to trade him now because his value is raising up. And the fact of the matter is he does have an opportunity to opt out, and a lot of people believe that that's probably a bad way for the Lakers to allow to happen. So I do expect to trade, man. I do. I just don't know when it'll happen, but at some point in time, the Lakers will pull the trigger on something, hopefully to get us some more talent in whatever area possible. So yeah, that's really what it is, man. I ain't have a whole lot to say about this particular game as of yet. Of course, this game will give us something to speak about when it's over with and at halftime, for which I will bring more videos toward you. But for now, that's pretty much what I got to say about the Laker game ahead versus the Dallas Mavericks tonight. So everybody enjoy the game. I thank you all for watching BDF 44, and I'm out.